Hello everyone, welcome back or to my channel if you've not been here before. I thought this week would be a good week for a chance to just make a little extra content, and I thought I would do a mood read with me for a week / get out of a reading slump. Like, he has no food in his fridge. I'm kind of keep falling into this pattern of kind of getting into a reading slump, and it's not that I don't have the urge and like energy to read, it's just that I'm not loving anything I'm reading. I did just finish Glow of the Everflame, which was one of my most like anticipated reads right now, and that just like did not slap as much as I expected it to. And part of me wants to read Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney, I think. And then, but my boyfriend chose me to read the rom-commers by Catherine Centery because I said I wanted a romance. But I'm gonna, I think, start right now with the rom-commers by Catherine Center. Now, disappointingly, this one is not on Kindle Unlimited like some of her other books. I am still gonna read it though, even though it is starting to get a little dark outside. This one follows two rom-com screenplay writers, and she gets assigned to like help him, but he like doesn't want her to, and I think she moves into his like house. That's what I heard, at least. Like, I'm kind of judging this strictly based off what I heard from a review recently and not really the synopsis, even though I could just read the synopsis, but I'm not going to. It is Monday nights right now, and I want this video to be done by Friday, so I hope I can read 3 books, which is ambitious because I do work, so I don't know how realistic that is, but we might not get 3 books, so you might only get this one. I don't really know, but that'll be a realistic mood reading, get out of a slump video with me, so I hope you enjoy whatever is coming your way. Okay, everybody, it is Tuesday. Last night I read to page 68, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that result. I definitely could have read more, but I focused on other stuff, and I'm gonna try to read a couple chapters now before work because it's like about 10:30 and I work at 1. I have to leave around 12:30, so I don't really have long, but I'm gonna try to get a lot of reading done now. So far in the book, basically, like, the setup is she gets told to help him move into his house. His script is really, really, really bad, and he's really, really famous for his screenwriting. And so she shows up with their agent, or yeah, something like that, and she's like a super big fan of him and his like work, but he doesn't want her there, and he never actually agreed to this job, so it just becomes this big like dramatic mess, and that's about it. That's all I'm gonna say, because like I don't really want to spoil the beginning. Like, I still want you to go in and read what happens, because now I am kind of further in. Can be a little bit of spoiler territory. But the one thing I will say is he's gonna have some really, really sweet words later to make up for what he said to her. Like, the intro of him is so rude that it's like almost like, oh my god. Like, he has no shame and is like so mean to her. He's better turn around pretty good, because that was crazy. Hi guys, I apologize for the red lighting. This is gonna be a horrible quality clip, but I don't feel like actually turning on bright light. I'm really tired. I didn't do that much reading today, but I did get to page 138, which I guess is like a good amount of reading. But the only update I really have is that we're starting to kind of get them become kind of friends and like working together. But I will say, like, he has so many things to like make up for still. Like, I still don't really like him. Like, he has no food in his fridge. Like, he just eats the same like meat every night for dinner. Hello, Sage. Ew. You're a grown man. Go to the grocery store. Learn to cook. And then, like, he's just had like so many moments of just being rude and like she like finds his drawer of like awards, and she's like, why do you just have them in a drawer? Like, so many people would kill for this opportunity, like, yada yada. And he's like, well, I don't want to put them out. And she's like, why? Like, you should. Like, they're just sitting getting dust in this drawer. And he's like, they don't mean that much. It's like, okay. Alright, buddy. I'm just not liking his character. And the no food in the fridge is really gonna stick with me, because you're a grown man. Go to the grocery store, learn to cook. Like, there's no reason you should only be eating, like, ham and whatever else he had in the fridge. Like, I don't know. Like, the female main character isn't that bad. She does wear this strawberry hoodie when she writes that has, like, a strawberry top. I don't know how I feel about that. But the male main character is just unlikable right now. He has so much to make up for, and I feel like he's been rude. And he's a man. I'm not even gonna repeat myself, guys. I hope this turns around, and I hope I really, really do like it. Like, I'm staying optimistic. But as of right now, I don't know. I don't strongly dislike it, but I don't like it. Okay, everybody. I'm almost 200 pages into this book, and it's gonna remain like that for now, because this whole point of this video is to kind of help me get out of a slump, and it's not helping, and I didn't like this. I'm not liking this. I want to pick it up again to try and finish it, so at least I can put it on my shelves. I have no intention of getting ready and looking good today, because it is my one day off until Saturday. Literally, like, he is so freaking mean to her, and in so many situations, like, she overhears him, like, talking negative about her, and then they're in this cafe, and she sees, like, this, Hollywood star, and she takes her script, she runs up to her, and then she had no plan, and she kind of blanked, and Charlie comes in and saves her, and then afterwards, he's, like, mad at her, because it's, like, that's not how things work, like, you can't be doing that, like, yada yada, like, he just treats her, like, she just embarrassed them. And I hate that. That was so mean. And I didn't even finish the chapter. So maybe it turned around and they came to a conclusion. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. But I'm not finishing the freaking chapter right now, because he is so mean. And he's so ignorant. And throughout literally half of the book, like, it didn't stop until recently, which is, like, well over 100 pages in. Every time he talks about his ex-wife, he calls her my wife. Like, every time he talks about his ex-wife, which is quite a few times, he says, my wife, my wife, my wife. That's not your wife. And then, like, he's got all his Oscars and stuff, like, hidden in the drawer because he thinks they're meaningless. And he also judges her so much, even after understanding the circumstances that she lives in, or lives by. He's like, well, you didn't take this one opportunity. And she's like, well, actually, I wanted to, but this. I'm like, you gotta read it. Like, I don't really want to spoil her kind of, like, trauma that she is getting through, but she hasn't really had the chance to branch out in her career because of the stuff with her father, which is told to you in the beginning of the book. And he just, like, he knows at this point about her father and other things, and he still, like, kept that assumption about her that she just didn't take the opportunity of a lifetime. And he is just so nasty. And even, like, one of the times, like, she overheard him talking about her, he, like, someone was, like, kind of questioning him, like, oh, like, she's really great, like, blah blah. And he's like, I don't know what you mean. Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, she's a failed writer. And she has no money. She's not going anywhere. Like, it was, like, the nastiest things you could, like, say about someone. And this is well over the, like, this was, like page, like, 150-ish. I don't like him. I do not like him. And I don't love our female main character. She's a little too awkward, ditzy. Hello, everybody. This lighting is probably super weird because I don't have my light on. And I do have my air conditioner on, so I'm sorry if that's loud. But yesterday I picked up my room, and I started updating here about the rom-comers. And I remember I was ranting, and then my boyfriend called me, so the video cut off. I'm not gonna go back to rant about that book because I'm watching Are These Books Worth the Hype by Destiny Sitwell right now, and she's reading Catherine Center book, and I just have like the same issues with the rom-comers as like she's having with the love haters. It is storming. I want to read, and my boyfriend did help me choose my next read, which is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Now I'm saying this is my next read. This is my current read. I started it yesterday and did not update because I honestly just didn't want to. And I'm 42% into the book. And I have like a little over 4.5 hours left of the book. And I want to try to finish it tonight. And even if I do not finish it tonight, I will likely finish it tomorrow and end this vlog there. So disappointingly, like the rom-comers by Catherine Center is a DNF. Yikes. But I am gonna read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I'm really enjoying this book. So if you don't know what it is, it's a book written by V.E. Schwab, who is a very beloved author, and I'm really, really enjoying this book, like, a lot, and her writing. But this book follows our character, Adeline LaRue, and when she's younger, back in 1714, she lives in France, and she's about to be married off, and she prays to the gods, begging her, like, hey, please, 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 please help me, like, I have an offering. And then she got told to never... I'm gonna leave that up to you, actually. I want you to go into this somewhat blind, because honestly, I feel like that's the best way. But do know it's very sad. It's a very, very sad book. Not lighthearted. But anyway, she has to live forever, but nobody will remember her. So every time she, like, walks away, like, the person forgets her. And then one day, somebody remembers her. And she's like, what the heck? And so far, it is really, really interesting. We've gotten 1 or 2 chapters of the other person's perspective. Ooh, it's starting to storm. And it is really, really good. I'm really, really enjoying it. And I really just want to read it. And especially in this storm, like a dark Kindle reading storm of this magical realism, saddening book. Sounds like my perfect night right now. So this is my plan for the night. I will continue to update. Hopefully I finish this tonight, but if I don't, like, I will finish it tomorrow before work. And that's unfortunately it for this video. Probably a short one, but at least I made one. Okay, everybody, I have wet hair, no mascara on, whatever. In a couple of hours, I go get my boyfriend from the train station, so that's all I care about right now. I finished the book. I read it on my Kindle. I do own the physical copy, but I honestly breezed through this really fast for a book that is, like, pretty large. I rated this a 4.25, and I really, really liked it, and I kind of wish I kept you guys more updated, but this was really, really good, and I really liked it. It just wasn't hitting 5-star for me, so I'm rating it 4.25, which is, like, when I say that, I mean, like, an excellent 4.25. It literally, my only critique was, like, I felt like this was longer than it necessarily needed to be, and that was kind of difficult at certain parts. I never didn't want to read whatever perspective we were getting. It was all really, really interesting, but, like, some timelines felt very dragged on, and the ending really did surprise me, so we'll give it credit for that. But I would definitely continue thinking about this book. I just don't think it's one of those books that, like, haunts me, like, oh my gosh, like, I cannot stop thinking about it. And I have a perfect spot on the shelf for it. And that's it for this video. I don't really know how this came together. This is probably a horrible reading vlog. I know we read Glow of the Everflame, I think, in this vlog. And then we DNF'd the rom-comers by Catherine Center. And then we got a good book. So I hope this went okay. I'm currently reading Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. That won't be in this video, but whatever. And I hope you still enjoyed this chaotic reading vlog, get me out of slump. Yeah, bye. Also, please like and subscribe because I can do a better reading vlog than this, I promise.